action.
Now coming to you, fog-free.
Now, with 100% less fog. We were debating it momentarily. Damiani threw in the potential fog curveball.
I gave Don an opening. I said, now.
Yeah.
But then I said no.
Yeah.
I shut it down.
Pump to break. 3 hours of fog
3 hours.
in here. We've got more allies coming in later.
Yeah.
Courteous thing, you know.
That's right. Very true. Very true. Got to be responsible sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Welcome to the April 2022 Community Showcase featuring Don Casanova. And I realized I didn't turn off notifications on this scene, but that's fine. I'll turn them off right now.
What a
turn
treat.
Turn them off on the main scene where we'll be seeing the other submissions, the non-text submissions a little bit later.
All right.
But this is the first time with Don Casanova.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah,
excited.
Our patrons were pretty excited.
Are they? That's good.
Getting the chance to have some access to the elusive, mysterious man. The elusive man. The elusive man.
Look, Screaming Argonaut has noticed I featured up here Piss Water. Have you seen this piece of art?
I've seen it.
Isla and I earned that.
You earned it.
We earned that in game after a long battle in cruise ship horse racing. So I thought I'd feature it up here. This is our prize.
Nice.
I paid a pretty penny for that. And chat had a lot to do with it. They're waging with us. We're putting wagers in on the horses. So after a long, big victory, Damiani, we'll just say it was a big win. Earned us that horse right there.
Nice. So we got some missions.
RF Switch named that horse? Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's right, you did. RF Switch was heavily involved in that stream. It was fun.
Very nice. That is right, Ray Laza. This is a Dawn showcase.
Really?
We got some submissions to go through here.
Excellent.
I was going to pitch the Patreon. I'm still going to do it. You got to be a patron to submit this. I forgot the tier. It's $20 or $50.
Don't look at me. I don't know some of the details.
Yeah, it's thank you, chat, when you help me out in 5 seconds. $10 and above.
That's right. Now it all coming
So for $10 and above patron, you get to submit an entry for the not the Q&A. Well, maybe the Q&A, but
showcase.
Community Showcase. Man, we got a lot of things that seem to flow together sometimes.
Yeah, it all blurs together
really,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Hard to keep track of some of the details.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of it.
We'll get it right in the end.
Well, let's begin.
Let's get
Shall
cracking.
we begin?
Let's begin.
Showcase submitters are cool. This first one comes from Brandon K. Gann.
Okay.
March was dedicated mostly to just one game.
Yes.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Okay.
I'm on the last main mission and I put in over 100 hours. While I feel in most respects it's better than Zero Dawn, the category I care most about is narrative, and I prefer the first Horizon for that. Strangely enough, I've actually been hearing that from
a
bunch of people.
Yeah.
In Zero Dawn, it felt proportional between the futuristic machines and themes to the greater Stone Age-esque world. For however many X hours exploring the world and tribes, the game slowly unfurled the Z hours of the sci-fi story. I love the algebra there you're doing. In Forbidden West, by its very existence, you can't really pull the same trick twice. So while I get you need to mix in both aspects... Sorry, just double checking audio. I didn't double check audio was okay. Chat. Audio's good? Just making sure.
Sounds like they hear.
Okay, good. Sorry. In Forbidden West, is by its very existence, you can't really pull the same trick twice. So while I get the need to mix in both aspects, the future stuff is wild. Like, how does this make sense even in this fictional universe? Despite this off feeling, I went triple-digit hours of playtime for a reason. Combat is greatly improved, especially melee and valor surges, plus side quests are more fleshed out, and there's more fun activities to do in the world, from opening metal flowers to swimming in underwater caves, like a good underwater cave.
Love an underwater cave.
Yeah. Which leads me to traversal, which I'll argue is the biggest improvement from Zero Dawn.
Nice.
Swimming opens up so many places. The Pullcaster and Shield Wing make exploring the various biomes engaging. Climbing isn't the complete jump up like I was hoping, but it's still good to know. If you see any rocky formation that isn't a straight up and down wall, you can get over it.
Love it.
But my absolute favorite thing I can't talk about because it's a spoiler. You obtain about 2 main missions before the end. Oh, okay. So can't talk about it. Suffice to say, it fundamentally makes the game so much more of a joy just to play, regardless of whatever I'm doing. All right. However effusive, my praise for Forbidden West is, I do have my qualms in two major areas.
Okay, here it comes.
Performance
Oh.
and the overabundance of equipment. Inventory clutter.
Okay, massive.
Overall, it's not that bad, especially when you can fast travel to any spot on the map near instantly, which still blows my mind. But a quick cut to black here, pop in of wildlife and trees there, have become more abundant as I kept playing. The biggest gripe I have is when an enemy clips under the world because you're still in combat. You can't fast travel until you run far away enough. I gotta say, I understand the obsession with not letting you fast travel in open world games when you have aggro, enemy aggro, but I think it might be time to reevaluate that.
Yeah?
Because it seems to cause more headaches than people like.
I guess so.
Yeah, especially they haven't fixed in Elden Ring where you can't even open the map when you have enemy aggro.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah, they won't even let you do that. That's not fair. This has caused one quest to be impossible to close, and it's somehow affected the nearest merchant where you can't talk to them for some reason. As far as equipment, the amount of weapons and armor you can buy or is given to you is staggering. It's a Stranger of Paradise. Both Brad and Huber have told me the same thing with too much gear and stuff dropping. But it's still, but I'll say it feels like almost half of my playtime has been dedicated to farm specific machines to upgrade everything. I can't begin to calculate the amount of shards of specific resources I've gathered for what feels like mostly useless stuff. Overall, unless God of War Ragnarok comes out, I don't think anything else I'm interested in changes Forbidden West from being my personal 2022 Game of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that early in the year, it's locked in.
Know.
Yeah, no Ragnarok, lock it in right there. No chance.
Ragnarok, skip.
Thanks, Swordfish, for the 65-month resub.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Wow, thanks for sharing your thoughts on that. That was pretty awesome to know. I've just scratched the surface of Forbidden West. I didn't have time to go back into it yet, so I just put in a few hours. I was liking it a lot so far.
That's good.
Yeah. Being able to just traverse the world in a fun way is sometimes almost enough for me. I can be pretty forgiving of the story. If I'm just having fun cruising around, I'll make some of the stuff up in my own head if I have to.
Breath of the Wild, too.
Yeah.
Next one. Our next submission comes from RF Switch. Greetings, Damiani, and ... Don? Wait, do I have that right? Checks notes. Yeah, Don! Holy crap! Hold on. I've been waiting for this.
Okay. Me too.
First, welcome to the showcase.
Thank you.
I'm sure that you'll love all the media that will come your way, as well as the comments.
The deluge is already flowing.
Second, since you're here, I feel like this might be an opportunity to get to know you a bit better.
Okay.
That said, I know you're into older fighting games, especially SNK games. Do you have any fond memories you'd like to share?
Okay. Just that first?
Sure.
Well, believe it or not, SNK games really into, but not the biggest fan of all the SNK fighters, Damiani.
Oh, okay.
Not. Yeah, and I've said
not
this.
a King of Fighters fan.
Right. I mean, I do like it. I've just dabbled in many of them. Never played many of them a lot. The ones I've played the most of were Samurai Showdowns, which I do love.
Samurai Showdown's a good one.
Most of them. Okay, I've played a lot of. And
what's that? The Garo Mark of the Wolf?
Yes, Mark of the Wolf is excellent, which I didn't get to play actually till later. That wasn't in a lot of arcades when I used to go. I used to tell Bloodworth. I was telling Bloodworth yesterday when we were talking about arcades. When I was a teenager, we moved right close to this mall, and that's when it happened because I was able to walk to this mall as I desired.
Yes.
Okay? My parents let me go, so I started going to this arcade all the time, even when I was really young, and so I got to play most of the arcade games there. Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, obviously Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha, and Champion Edition, all of them were in there. SNK, though, I just remember Samurai Showdown is what we had a lot of. We always had, there were King of the Fighters, but I only dabbled. And I don't know why. Back in the day, it was like, almost, there was real factions, right, with the fighting game community. Like, you were like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, this and that. SNK was like this dark star out there. But it kind of felt like with King of the Fighters, and most of them other than Samurai Showdown or Gairu, which we didn't really have access to till later, they felt almost like they weren't clones of Street Fighter, but they felt so close to it that you had to sort of pick your allegiance. You only had so many quarters to spend, and decide which you were going to do. So I stuck with Capcom for the most part. Street Fighter, Darkstalkers. I loved Darkstalkers in the arcade when I was a kid. Super excited for the collection coming out because they really haven't, right, given us all of them like this to be so accessible. So I'm super excited about all the Darkstalkers being available because that one I loved in the arcades. But for SNK, I only got the fighters. I loved Metal Slug a lot in the arcades. And a whole bunch. Sengoku, I've talked about a lot. The SNK, beat 'em up series with also katana blades, which I was a huge fan of as a kid. But and a lot of their, other random whatever, the fighters or the beat 'em ups and stuff and shooters. But in terms of the fighters for SNK, I really only was more well versed with Samurai Showdown for the most part. Most of the other ones I've only dabbled in. I've gotten to play a lot more of them with access to the player one-up style. It's not player. Unico made it. They made like a replicade arcade machine.
Okay,
so
it's
like
them.
50 and it has like all their fighting games. So I've got to play a lot of them more recently on those. So that's what happened. So SNK, I'm a huge SNK fan. I've always loved them, but I'm not as well versed in the fighters other than Samurai Showdown.
All right. Also, much like me, you're an old arcade champion. Do you have any favorite stories about arcades from when you grew up?
Sure. I have a crazy story. I had some friends, we'd always be hanging out at the mall in the arcades, and it all started when we heard the urban legend, this is well known of like, you reset. There was the thing about putting the quarter in and pulling it out, which we talked about some of the other day. But there was also just a simple one of like, look, if you reset these machines, it opens up with a free play credit, right? Is what we're hearing, which in hindsight I found out was completely probably untrue. I don't know if any machines did that. I don't know if you could set that up. But no, it wouldn't give you, but we got the idea. So we started to experiment, walking the fine line of lawbreakers at a young age, right? Trying to get access to some of these plugs, unplugging them, replugging them real quick before the, clerk could see us or whatever. No luck. But what ended up happening in this one area of the arcade I used to go to at the mall was there was essentially an island. The way they had it set up, they had arcade machines down the two exterior walls. This was one section. It was a good arcade. It had 3 rooms in it. It was a big arcade. But in the main room, it had like machines lining the walls, and in the center they had an island of machines which were essentially back to back. But what we discovered by trying to get access to the power switches, sliding through, we made a little room, they weren't solid back to back. There was a space in between, okay? And so sometimes, I don't know why, just because you're a little kid, you're like, we're probably like about 12 at this point. So we weren't little kids, but we're just doing silly things like this. Sneaking back, we made this like our unofficial little stealth. It was like our hangout. Like you'd sneak in with this little island because when you slipped in there, you just slip in and push the machine closed. No one could see you. And if you're sitting down, we'd just all sit back there, hang out, just chilling. We'd have like our orange Julius's, thinking we're super cool, not doing anything other than hanging out in this little hidden void. Yeah. That was a cool thing. We had like a secret clubhouse in that arcade that just popped into my memory when I was trying to remember SNK games a second ago. So that's an interesting story. I don't know too many people that did anything silly like that, but I remember like hanging out back there in our downtime, snacking. If we had like magazines, we'd be like looking at them. It was just like our clubhouse. We thought it was super cool, and no one knew about it. We never got caught or anything.
Surprised that you didn't like leave anything back there, and cleaning crews come through and like.
We would, because we'd stash stuff back there sometimes. I remember my friend would like stash it. He had like a couple I don't know if they were comics or what. He would stash them. But the thing that I always wanted, we never did it, but I always proposed. I was like, we got to stay in here, we got to wait till after they'll close it down, and then we'll have the arcade to ourselves all night long. Right? Obviously, it was a pipe dream. I mean, our parents would be involved. It would have been a nightmare. There was, because they had the roll down gates.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, this is not good. We're gonna get locked.
We
never went through it, but I had dreams of sleeping slumber party in the arcade as a young kid.
Gotta get down a slumber party at the arcade. There you go.
Rent out an arcade.
Make it
if we can
happen.
Find it, yeah.
Yeah. Next goal next year, Easy X. Rent out an arcade for an all-nighter with Dawn.
That would be a nice idea. And that's not a bad idea, actually. That sounds like fun. Make the dream come true.
Do you have do you have a favorite genre of music? I've always figured you to be into classic rock and smooth jazz.
I don't have a favorite genre of music. I like every single genre, and I'll get into, different ones at different times. I don't think there's a single type of music I don't like, believe it or not, Damiani. Going as far as people always go, say country. What about country, right? That's the one that you're like, okay, easy to dislike. I like it. But in very limited, I like the original Hank Williams, old stuff a lot. But there's country I can identify that I love. There was a modern country album done by Ween. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're kind of essentially started as a rock group, but they've done all sorts of different genres of different albums. They'll do a totally different style of music sometimes. They did a country album called 12 Country Golden Greats. And the music, it's country music, but it's just so good. So good. You got to listen to it over again. So for a while, I'll listen to certain things for like months, and then I forget I even knew about it. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I listened to country music for 6 months straight in my life. This morning, driving in here, I was listening to Psychobilly, which is like a subgenre of rockabilly. It was from England mainly. It's like a punk rock, rockabilly type stuff. This band, Demented Argo, I was listening to. I'm like, these guys are good, and I'd forgotten I even liked them. I used to listen to them all the time. So I like pretty much all genres. The problem is I'll do some deeply at different times, and then to the point where I like memorize stuff, and then I just forget I ever heard it for a while until it pops back in. So I kind of, depending on the mood, time of year, cycle through. What about you? You kind
of go through like cycles like that too.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like 2-3 months time, I'm like, wait, what did I listen to before what I've been listening to? Like, crap, I gotta, it's like so hard to think about it.
Yeah.
And then like something else will lead you down another rabbit hole and back to other things. It's goes, I feel like it's like an ebb and flow sometimes. We're going back and forth between all that. My
worst thing is I don't use my Amazon Music, which is excellent, but I don't use it properly. I never mark my favorites. I never do so every time I go on, it doesn't know. It's just the last thing I've listened to is all. So it's a problem.
The one thing I like is I got off Spotify and went to Apple Music.
Okay.
Also because I got 6 months free from just whatever, something with iPhone or something. So I've been enjoying that. One of the things I like is when you're using the CarPlay. On the touch, if you have a screen, a dashboard screen for it, there's an icon that comes up during the song that wasn't on Spotify, where if you hit the plus symbol, add it to your thing in the car. So it goes through random playlists and recommended lists. So I'm listening to something oh, actually, I forgot about this song existed. Hit the plus button, or something new. Whoa, this is kind of good. Hit the plus button.
Yeah, if I did that, it would be way easier to...
Yeah, so at least it had that, where Spotify on that didn't let me do that. So I was like, that's one thing that's nice. But I'm also pretty bad with that stuff too, Don. Don't worry.
I could be much
Don't
better.
worry.
Love music, though.
Yeah. I feel like we never see you or get to know you enough for me to make a proper showcase post for you, but with at least these questions, I feel like we'll get to know you a little better. I will flip a pizza in your honor tonight.
Oh, cheers.
Love and respect, RF Switch. P.S.
Yes?
The tarot card that represents Dawn is Major Arcana 9, the Hermit.
Oh.
He mostly shies away from the public eye, but it only lets his own identity shine brighter.
Wow, that sounds interesting. I love it. That sounds accurate. RF Switch, thank you for the questions. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you.
Keep flipping that pizza like that.
Flip that pizza. Good luck.
You know what? I just realized another missed opportunity for Easy X is we should have had... You did the food review, but we should have had a thing where we buy pizzas, we flip them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, see which type of pizza flips the best.
Flip test. Not a bad idea.
Test. Dang it.
Possible we'll do
Blood, write it down.
Near future.
Write this down, Blood. I know you're in chat. Write down that idea. Flip the pizza. Flip the Sbarro.
Oh yeah, Reverend Horton. He Easy Suicide knows what's up, you know.
Oh man. Our next submission comes from James Davey. Hey Damiani and Don. First I'd like to say it's stupendous that Don is on the community showcase this month. The thing is, I still have Bavarian cream on my brain after digesting chicken pot pie, but I don't have an alibi.
A nod to the old nutrition raps, Damiani. That's what that is right there. Love it.
I want to say a big thank you to Don because were it not for him, I wouldn't have discovered my 2020 game of the year, Hunt Down.
You know, I started playing that again recently. Just recently. God, it's good.
I watched Don bring up...
Big up Hunt Down. Big time. That's what he's saying right there. I watched Don big up Hunt Down big time.
And decided to buy it, and I was totally shocked and surprised in the best possible way because I couldn't believe how slick and downright cool Hunt Down is.
So good.
One thing I value more than a great game is one that takes me completely by surprise, and Hunt Down doubled down by taking both me and my best friend by surprise at how awesome it is. On top of this, Hunt Down hasn't received much coverage at all for some utterly depraved reason.
Even still, yeah, I thought it would grow over time and kind of become a cult. It's people know about it, but not as much as they should.
I really want you to know that... Oh, I think I skipped something, sorry.
Did you? Oh, you got it.
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry. I must have seen something else. I really want you to know that I really want to know what other under-the-radar games Don thoroughly recommends. And you too, Damiani, if you have any you want to chime in with.
Okay. I wish I had my Switch here. I could just cycle through it. I find a lot of under-the-radar games on Switch, especially arcade, from the arcade archives and all of those. I'll just try to say a couple right off the top of my head. Obviously, after this is over, I'm going to think of 10 and be like, oh, I wish I would have recommended these. One I brought up recently, which came out last year and ended up going under the radar, and, you know, maybe it has some issues. I played it some. I didn't finish it, was Steel Assault. Did you get to play that one at all? 2D shooter.
I feel like I've...
retro-style graphics and everything.
Yeah,
Pretty hardcore. It's a challenging game. Steel Assault, if you're into that kind of thing. Again, another retro-looking shooter. And another retro beat-em-up arcade archive. This is the early 90s beat-em-up I never knew about that I'm having a blast with recently is, what's it called? I need my Switch here. Now I'm forgetting the name.
Oh, no.
Something Team. Zero Team. It's called Zero Team. Unknown game I never knew about. 2-player, super fast action. It's a Double Dragon clone, but so much better than any Double Dragon, you know, which happens a lot with a lot of Double Dragon clones, I think. To the point where it's a Double Dragon clone where the opening scene, these guys are like stealing your girl or whatever, but they like, it's like an insane 80s action movie. She's like, they steal her in a van. Instead, they're like holding her and hanging out the van, and they're driving away, like shooting automatic weapons. It's like an extreme it's like an R-rated Double Dragon, but it's super good and fun. And, you know, you've got a ton of like, some of the environmental stuff is destructible, and you get a ton of weapons and stuff. It's super fun. So there's a couple of under-radar ones, but I don't have my Switch here. I'd have to
we'll have to get Don's Switch back in here and let us know.
I can let you know. I've got a lot
Give you an
on
update.
there you probably haven't heard of.
We'll get an update from Don about that.
Yeah.
When it comes to retro games, I usually turn the clock back to the early aughts. There are so many... Okay. They say retro, they say aughts, and I know that's technically retro, but I wanted to say 80s so badly, and I'm like, that's not what they wrote. I can't just replace their word. There are so many fantastic gems buried in time, and I wish for EZA to excavate a bountiful haul of them. I'm talking iNinja, the Maximo games, Splashdown, and Splashdown 2, Rides Gone Wild,
so many good memories.
Freak Style, Freedom Fighters, The Getaway.
I don't think I played Freedom
and
Fighters.
The Getaway Black Monday.
Oh, yeah.
And so many more I just don't see get covered too much in modern video games media.
That's a good little list. I was obsessed with the Maximo games. I still cannot believe they've not rebooted Maximo. It's time, right?
It's time.
It's Capcom, right? I mean, is it?
Bring it back. I thought it was.
Is it Capcom? I think it is. So.
Mm-hmm. I want to get something off my chest, and I want to do so without stepping on toes.
Okay.
I think Elden Ring is nothing new.
Whoa.
Don't get me wrong. It is exemplar of the open world format, much like Breath of the Wild. But at least the latter shook things up by looking and presenting itself in a completely different way. Elden Ring doesn't brim with a motif the way Bloodborne or Sekiro does, and principally, its greatest achievement is through evolving the Souls formula rather than doing anything audacious to change it. Bold words, spicy. I feel we as gamers are content with more of the same, and AAA developers, publishers capitalize on that, so the results mean we're getting what we're used to over truly innovative, forward-thinking games. Lastly, I want to ask if either of you have some hidden gem Switch recommendations.
This would have been the perfect opportunity. I forgot my Switch at home, or I'd go grab it.
I think if you haven't already done so, Fast RMX, West of Loathing, and Horus deserve some attention and kudos.
I haven't heard of any of these. This is excellent.
Thanks for all that you do. Love and respect.
Thank you, Leviathan. I mean, I think Elden Ring, I appreciate your opinion for sure. I don't know how much I disagree with it. Maybe not so much. Other than I do think Elden Ring has an individual look. I mean, you know, in the same way, Sekiro and Bloodborne really have like an identity, you know, but I think this one is almost as much in its own way. You agree, Damiani, or no?
Yeah, who was I telling that I felt like it's a lot of it is just taking existing designs from all the past Soulsborne games and sprinkling them all throughout like an open world that does. It's like taking all the Dark Souls zones and making them coherent in a seamless overworld, and then taking like fortresses, chalice dungeons, what's the other thing I'm forgetting about? Like they just mix them all together to the point where every time you come across a cave in Elden Ring, you know, like, okay, it's gonna be like this. Every time you come across a door you gotta push open, it's like, all right, well, it's gonna be like this type of dungeon. And then fortresses, they like, some of them even are just like kind of copy pasted in design. But I mean, I think the thing about it is the way they do enemy placement, the way they lay traps, the way that some of them are hidden and tucked away. There's like that kind of like mystery and that obtuse nature that demands people talk to each other. I mean, unfortunately, because there's a PC version, it gets data mined very quickly, and all that information goes up. Like, there's actually pretty apparent that some of the guide stuff that went up very early came from a data mine, because there's actually a site of grace on there that was in the code but not active in the actual game. And everyone kept asking, how do you get this site of grace on this map that you keep listing? And it's like, oh, it's not actually active. So, yeah.
I mean, in many ways, Elden Ring to me, I think it's true. There's familiars, but in some ways, it's funny. All the From games, they feel almost like when you have a favorite or a film director that's a real auteur that has his style, and it does feel an evolution of a style. Like, so there's a lot of familiarities and similar tactics being used in terms of like what this game is, but it feels like an evolution in many ways of what it's coming from individually as its own, just from the series of what preceded it, you know. So it doesn't necessarily feel like a bad thing to me. Like it's doesn't feel hacky in any kind of way.
Yeah, that's a good point, because as I agree,
but it does feel familiar.
Yeah, and I agree with the sentiment. I was going to say the operator in chat pointed out, despite taking piecemeal things from the best parts of the past games and just rather than haphazardly just throwing them out there, scattering them out, it does have a little bit of love and care put behind it, like a thoughtfulness put behind it, so that it feels unique, and things like flow together very nicely, and it looks like it was handcrafted. Is a good way to put it. As they said in chat, it does give that nice, distinctive feel to it, because it's too easy to just like. Would have been so easy just to like generate land masses or whatever, and then like put this here, but like everything feels very purposely put in a spot. Yeah, it's like, what is this like cliff going to? Like it's like so out of the way, and then you're like, can I go down there? And like they know you're gonna go down there, And like, even if you think you can't go down there, you think you're gonna try, and that's why they even put some of the craziest stuff. Like, you gotta find like there's one near the start where you go behind when you come up to the surface and you get the first sight of grace outside. If you go behind that building, there's like cliffs. You could fall down these structures to get down to the bottom, and there's an item down there that you like. I forget what it is, but it's like, I think it's one of the talismans or one of the like legendary gear or whatever things. It was needed for a trophy, but you gotta go down there, and like it's an adventure just trying to get down there, and they like know you're gonna do that. Like that's not just randomly thrown in there. That took a lot of thought. So
a lot.
Yeah. Good way to put it, Bogtan. Very little of Elden Ring feels unnecessary or wasted. Yeah, that's why it's insane why it feels so massive for it.
That's a good,
for sure. But yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that, James.
Your thoughts.
No, wait, did I finish everything? Yes, I did. Okay. Next submission comes from Small Leviathan. Hello, allies. I didn't really have a plan for the showcase, so it's time for me to just throw some thoughts on the wall and make it everyone else's problem. Ready, set, go. I beat Elden Ring for the first time a couple weeks ago, and it was a pretty good final boss by Soul standards. Not as good as Sekiro's final boss or the final DLC bosses from Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne, but very good regardless. Since then, I've started 2 more characters, a sorcerer and a Dex Faith build respectively. I like Elden Ring a lot, but I do have some issues with the way the endgame is balanced. Man, we got a lot of people chiming in on Elden Ring, not some faults with it today.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
More specifically, I feel like the damage is just way too high across the board. I also take particular umbrage with one of the optional bosses available at like the very end of the game. It's a pretty good boss fight overall, or it would be if the boss didn't have one particular attack that I genuinely can't believe made it through playtesting. This is an attack with a long windup, but it goes on for so long, tracks so well, and deals so much damage that if the boss starts the attack while you're in melee range, then you're almost unavoidably dead instantly. I think I know what they're talking about.
I don't think I know what they're talking about, but that's okay.
It's the first time I felt like FromSoft broke the inherent promise of tough but fair that is their trademark. As a result, this was the only boss in all of Elden Ring I did not beat solo. Maybe it's not. Because this boss is definitely more easy solo. The more people you add, the more difficult it would get.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm not even going to try it again until I fix what is very evidently poor design. At least the other optional endgame bosses are all absolutely fantastic. I'd like to kind of know which one.
It's so hard to when they you have to tread so lightly for spoilers, but you're trying to decipher, right? I don't know, probably, because I'm probably not far enough. I don't think I'm certainly not far.
Yeah. I played a bit of Dying Light 2, but it runs so poorly on my soon-to-be 7-year-old PC that I gave up for the time being. I have some plans to upgrade later this year, so I'll give the game another go again after that. From what I did play, though, I'm a big fan of the changes they made to melee combat. Not only making two-handed weapons feel way better than they did in the first game, but also integrating parkour in more interesting ways too. I like that. I've been really into One Piece recently. One Piece is always good, but it's been especially good recently, with some really fun reveals that have very interesting implications about what's to come. Final Fantasy XIV's director recently said he wished everyone would read One Piece, and he's right. I used to be cautious about recommending One Piece on account of its length, but I've come to realize that it doesn't matter because One Piece is just that good. If you're listening to this, you should be reading One Piece. It's better than whatever else you were planning to do, so you have no excuse not to read One Piece.
Oh my God, I have to read One Piece.
Which is amazing because until they put it that way, I didn't know Naoki Yoshida recommended One Piece.
I didn't either.
However, as someone who says like, oh, you should be able to deal with 200 to 300 hours of gameplay to enjoy Final Fantasy XIV, it's like, you know what? Maybe that's the same. I got to use that same logic for One Piece.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But I've been told you need to read it, not watch it.
No,
so then you have to read the manga. Yeah. I also played all of Hitman 1 and 2. They're pretty cool. It is 5 a.m. as of writing. Good night.
Nice.
Love and respect, Small Leviathan.
Good night, sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, the next one comes from Jason. I'll be honest, I just got back from seeing Night Ranger and have zero idea as to what to write about. Video games are towards the last things on my mind. I gotta figure out details for a trip I'm leaving for in a few weeks, as well as learn the basics for the language of the countries I will be visiting. I missed last month though, so can try to pull something together. Let's see how this goes.
Wing it.
That's
We
it.
believe in you, Jason.
Don's telling you to wing it. You know, it's good advice from Don.
Yep.
The only thing I have really been playing has been Elden Ring.
Yes.
It's fun. It's good. I think I enjoyed Bloodborne more. Sometimes bigger worlds aren't necessarily better. I have noticed a lot of reused content.
A lot of people bringing this up.
Dungeon designs, forts, etc. Yes, all video games reuse assets and such. I think this is the first time I think this is the first time I have just noticed it to the point where it takes me out of the game. Been a slow grind. I only play a few hours every other day or so. I still have to play Horizon Forbidden West, but Moss Book 2 will probably take priority.
Oh, nice.
What else? I tend to have shows that I play in the background as I clean or cook. So, I've been playing Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the background, now that's on Disney+. Reliving that gem. The framework stuff is top television. I also watched Our Flags Mean Death. What a great, fun show that was. I really hope that one gets a second season. Was Isla the one saying?
I need to watch it. Isla was just
Yeah.
recommending that the other day. There's a big billboard I saw for it. I was like, I gotta watch this.
I don't know. I think I'll just wrap here. The concert was a lot of fun, and I am simply just tired. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Noon Dragon, for that 13-month resub. All right, next up from Level Capybara. Hello, Damiani, and hello, Don. Hope April is off to a pleasant start for both of you, and for the rest of the team as well.
Thank you.
EZA made some exciting announcements at EZX a while back, and among other things, it sounds like these changes are geared towards letting each ally explore new roles and creative projects. Even without, sorry, I was cleaning my mouth. I had a little too much saliva building up there. Even without knowing the details, I love hearing that and fully support it, especially since it sounds like it'll reinforce two of EZA's coolest strengths, creativity and personality. Seriously, I can't even count the number of times an EZA show or stream came seemingly out of left field, at least for a games journalism group, and then wound up being a totally pleasant surprise. Oh, sorry. I said dragon, didn't I? Noon Dragoon.
Oh,
Thank you for the clarification.
I was just reading the same thing.
This happens a ton with your content. In fact, that's exactly what happened with yesterday's episode or not episode of Easy Update.
Oh.
Dawn, watching you play Switch from a less than optimal angle as Isla tried to guess the game was a blast.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that.
It went from the kind of concept that never would have crossed my mind to being something I would gladly watch more of.
Wow.
Heck,
Awesome.
I'd even watch an entire season's worth of backward Switch playing. Guess that title game shows if it became a thing.
Backward Switch playing. It's so hard to play that game backwards. Something wasn't happening. My Joy-Cons weren't... I can't believe people sat through that because I think I crashed into the same meteor hole like 50 times right at the start of the level. It was like wasn't reading my Joy-Cons or something. I was having a terrible time with it.
Of course, even if it was just a one-off thing, the point still stands. Some of the most charming EZA moments are the ones we can't see coming. So while I can't see the future, I hope it'll be a bright one for EZA because I know you folks will find a way to make it special just by being you. Keep up the great work, allies. Love and respect, Level Capybara.
Oh, Capybara, thank you so much. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you for the compliment. I'm glad that episode worked out. That was one of those small miracles, I guess, where you just sort of try something and it ends up being good. I can say this about Easy Allies. It feels pretty good right now, Damiani. There's an exciting spirit in the air, I think, for all of us. I think we are all going to be working and collaborating on some neat stuff this year. It just feels like the next new chapter, so it's pretty exciting. I feel like there's a good vibe in the house. So I'm glad Level Capybara feels that a little bit too.
Yeah. Got our final text submission here.
Okay.
A little jolly closeout here from Eric Jackson. Love you, Don. Love you, Damiani.
Love you.
Have a great day.
Have a nice day. Love you. Thank you for that.
So jolly.
Way cool.
And now it's time for some art and images. Don, you ready?
Sweet. My eyes are prepped.
We're gonna
My
switch
ears are
this
prepped.
over. Here we go.
Here we go.
So our first image comes from Nathan Codaroli. Hello, allies. This bead project is a throwback to one of my favorite puzzle series. Let me get this up. Abe's Odyssey
Oh, nice.
and Abe's Exodus were both fantastic.
Nice.
When they released Soulstorm last year and gave us a wonderfully detailed image of Abe, I knew I had to do it. The number of colors in this one made it take forever, but I'm really happy with how it came out. 68 colors, 15,800 beads.
Wow, 15,000? Good grief.
Enjoy and congrats on the retirement, Jones. Best of luck, whatever comes next.
Yes, Jonesy, enjoy it. Look at this, Damiani. Now, what I love so much about this work of art is this poor game, when it just was released, it did have stunning visuals, right? A big upgrade, but a lot of people complained about that, right? You heard the look didn't appeal to them.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I can see
It
that because
disturbed a lot of people.
Because does that for me?
Yeah. I'll admit, I wasn't crazy about it as well. Just the world. It's an interesting world. Seeing this is nice.
But I do respect that the game seemed to be pretty popular amongst those who like had played the series and been following it.
Very happy to hear that. Yeah.
And the creator for it is very passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I know they pushed it a lot for marketing, but every time they were just like very ecstatic to talk about their game.
Yep.
So
Believed in it 100%. This is beautiful. Look at this. Unbelievable. Now, what's this gadget next to? Is
that a label maker?
Is that a label?
But
maker?
what's this? It looks like some kind of like glasses
They
thing
look
to help.
like some AR glasses.
Like maybe is it like have a lens to like help?
Oh, to see super close.
To like push. I'm guessing.
Yeah, because this must all be tools.
Must be like the zoom tool on Photoshop, but like real life.
I don't think that's a label maker. What could it be? Is it a label?
You sure?
It's something else. Why would it be there? I don't see any labels here. Oh, these are all tools directly related, right, to what's being made.
Maybe it's like mathematical, like you plug in the coordinate and like
It's figuring something out here. This is unreal. I don't know how you create something like this.
Ninja Kitty Meow thinks it does look like a label maker.
It looks like a label maker. All right. What beautiful work here. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wait, now do they say the amount of time it actually took?
No.
That's what I'm most curious about. But it's
some
hard
big
to say.
numbers.
15,800 beads. Unbelievable. Look at the detail.
All right, let me change this out. Our next one comes from Fish Flop. Hey allies, I am stoked for that Sonic 2 goal for EZX was met. Here are a few drawings to help you get in the mood for the Blue Blur's return to the big screen.
Oh, this is fun. I'm so excited for this, Damiani. I'm so excited.
Sorry, close your eyes, Don.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes. Oh, we're going to be in a theater in like a week. This is only the third time, this will be the third time I've been back to the theater. I went just a couple weeks ago for Spider-Man because I finally saw it. There was like 2 people in the theater. I just went, Damiani, 2 days ago to Batman. Again, 2 people in the theater. I could finally go. Everyone knows I'm a little paranoid, still waiting to go back for the theater.
I've been experimenting with some different styles. Thanks, and have a good rest of your day. So we got some tails flying over.
Look at this.
Was it the second level of Sonic 1 or 2? I forget.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? Those are the tracks in...
Sonic 2, right?
Yeah,
the second
Sonic
world
2,
of Sonic 2. I forget what it's called.
Chemical Zone?
Is it? Yeah, it's Chemical Zone, right?
Yeah,
Chemical Plant?
So. Chemical Plant?
Chemical Plant.
Oh,
yeah.
Chemical Plant. Yeah, that's it.
All right, close your eyes for a second, Don.
Okay. I like those colors, though. You don't see Chemical Plant in exactly those tones, do you? Was it underwater, maybe? When you go underwater, it's kind of purple.
Check
I don't
that
know.
out.
Tails was flying.
Look at that.
Oh, my God. This is sick. It's so good. Wow.
The battle.
The ultimate battle. This is really nice.
Look at that.
What beautiful colors. I can't wait.
I know it looks sick.
I'm so excited.
One more, Don. Oh, wait,
Okay.
you want to say something else?
No, I'm just thinking about our screening. I'm excited about the Sonic 2 screen. How are you feeling? You excited?
So close to it, yeah.
Where are you going to sit?
I have
theater?
no.
What,
I haven't
what
even thought
section
about
of the
that.
theater do you think?
I haven't even thought about that.
You don't have a usual section you target?
Nah, I mean,
we're gonna have the
not the
whole
back.
the whole place to ourselves.
I don't
Tommy.
usually like the back.
You don't
so,
like the back?
nah,
Okay.
not
I think Huber's hanging out in the back. If he's
All right,
if he makes it, he's
Huber's
gonna
getting
be
in
there.
the back.
If he makes it, he's
All
gonna
right,
be there.
Huber's gonna be in the back.
I've heard this. I'm
Okay.
gonna be dead center. The only
Okay.
problem is I'm gonna have a lot of snacks. And snacks can bother people. I don't want to rub any of the allies. I don't want to rub any of the allies the
gonna have a
wrong way.
lot of snacks.
I don't want to rub any of the allies. I'm gonna have a pizza, nachos. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna have because I know already. I'm gonna have pizza, pepperoni pizza, or if it has multiple meat lovers, most places only have pepperoni. I'm gonna go for the pizza. I'm getting the nachos with an extra cheese because I don't know. You have someone friendly next to you in the theater, I give them the extra cheese. You want some nachos? I share my thing. I'm gonna give someone half my pizza if they want it. But most people I feel are gonna be like, Don, go as far away from me as possible because I don't want to smell your food or hear you crunching. I'm gonna get some. What are the ropes called? Sweet tart ropes? I'm addicted to these things. Have you had them? Have you had the sweet tart ropes?
No, I've only
You're
had
off sugar.
Twizzlers.
So I won't offer you any. These sweet tart ropes, I was mad about Twizzlers, Red Vines before. Yeah, I'm going to be crinkling. No, here's the thing. I won't be crinkling, though. This is what I do. Right away, open that bag of nachos, get them out, because I don't want that bag crinkling. My sweet tart ropes, I rip the whole top off. I unfurl the plastic so there's no crinkles, but the odors of this stuff I can't contain that, okay? Because I'm removing all packaging. So you're gonna smell nachos, you're gonna smell pizza, and you're gonna smell. We'll see. The allies may talk to me before I get into the theater. They may just shut this thing down because I know some people are averse to snacks in the theater. I go nuts.
I'm just gonna get a water.
You're gonna get a water.
Water from them, and I don't know where we're going to see it. We'll have there's only one theater I've been to that actually carried bags of almonds.
Oh, Jordan almonds or just plain almonds?
Like they had plain almonds, and then they had
Almonds
honey almonds or
That
whatever,
sounds
which was
yummy.
still better than eating candy or any
No,
of that
that's
stuff.
that's
So I was like, if they have the almonds there, I'll indulge in that because those are good. But yeah,
oh, that's smart, Damian. Damian's just smart.
yeah. Unfortunately, we're not. I'll give it this much away. We're not seeing it on my cheat day, so it's kind of rooting for cheat day. But I imagine that would have made it a little bit more expensive for renting out the theater. So, fortunately, since it's on a non-cheat day, I gotta be careful.
You got to be careful on that
Yeah.
day. Box Can brings up chili dogs. I mean, if the theater has it, I guarantee I will get one. Most theaters don't offer a chili dog that I've seen, unless it's a promotional thing for Sonic.
They do have hot dogs, but I don't. They usually don't have
promotional
chili.
Thing. Yeah, chili's not something.
Yeah, you can get the cheese probably because you can ask them for nacho cheese on
dog,
it probably. I could probably do that, like if
chili dogs are a
because
must.
I would just bring a fork and knife and I would just eat the hot dog part and I'd just set on the bun, but
That's
not eat the bun.
But
yeah.
would you eat the chili?
Yeah, chili's fine.
Okay.
Everything, like cheese.
Maybe
cheese
I
and meat
should
is fine.
sneak.
Yeah.
I might sneak in some chili dogs, wrap them in foil. What? Bootleg chili dogs are coming into the theater. I'm trying to
chili dogs.
This is a once in a time. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, Damiani. Not very often in your life are you going to be in a rented out theater with your friends. Hopefully, all the allies are chill about this. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous that they're just going to be like, nope.
Bring bring a cooler down.
A cooler. I love eating yummy things in the
Bring
theater.
a grill in there. Just start grilling the dogs.
I mean, they shouldn't be selling them at the concession stand. A lot of people are opposed to this. Most people in chat seem to be supportive of the chili dog. But a picnic basket, I love snacking in the theater. It's a bad habit. Here's the thing. If I go to a big blockbuster like Sonic, I'm going nuts with the junk food. But if I go to something a little more mature, maybe with an audience in there that people are not, I'm going to not try to offend anybody. I don't like bothering people.
I get it.
But excited about this. Thank you for this beautiful art. As you can see, we're more pumped up than ever. Oh, there's another.
There's one more.
Holy smokes. Oh my God, just this
Knuckles and Shadow.
high contrast, just bold, vivid colors. I love this style. This is marvelous. Who did this?
This Fish Flop.
Fish Flop. This is excellent stuff.
Nice.
I love these images. Thank you for sharing this art and getting us extremely pumped for a private screening of Sonic 2. Eminent.
The only time I think I ever stuck with me in theaters because I didn't have something I wanted at the theater.
What's that?
Back when I was younger, like a candy.
Oh.
like because I think like I went to theaters way more often when I was younger. So I know like, oh, they don't carry like sweet tarts or Starburst. So I'm like gonna go to the grocery store and get Starburst, or
Oh yeah.
I want sour Skittles. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go get some sour Skittles. They don't carry them here, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, I'm only joking. I actually don't sneak food into the theater. One time, I have this great memory when I went. I never went with my whole, uncles, aunts, my like family to the theater a lot. But there was a Hobbit. No, which one was it? Was it Lord of the Rings? It was Hobbit. We went to the Hobbit with family. Everyone was in town. I went with my uncle, my sister, my grandma. A big family thing.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle brought in all sorts of food. I'd never seen such a thing, He had bags of almonds and all kinds of snacks, a whole bunch of stuff, and he was just passing it down the line. I'd never seen something like that before. So that time I feasted. We all feasted, but most of the time I support the concession stand. I don't bring in things. That's what I like to buy, a bunch of stuff.
Feast.
Bunch
Yeah.
of concessions.
Same. Next up from Sarah Knight. Hello, Damiani, and a warm welcome to Dawn. Hope things are going well for you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Since this is Dawn's first time in the community showcase, I'm just going to tell you guys that. I'm just going to tell you guys what it is that I do here.
Nice.
I'm currently working on a webcomic called Summer Days, and it's a teen drama set in the late 1950s.
Ooh.
Basically, a slice of life with a bit of mystery going on in the background. As of now, though, I decided to take the plunge and enter Webtoon's Call to Action contest, where the winner receives a $50,000 prize.
That's a lot of bread.
And gets to be a series creator for the platform.
Way cool.
Second and third place winners get $30,000 and $20,000 respectively, and also get to be a series creator.
Okay.
Rules are that the first episode must have at least 60 panels and feature a fight scene with 2 or more characters.
Oh.
Thankfully, I do have an idea that I might want to do after finishing Summer Days, but I feel like if I don't take this chance, that I might regret it later on in life.
This sounds exciting.
I'm sure Don knows a thing or two about chances.
I love taking chances.
As of now, I'm currently writing the script and drawing up some character designs. Deadline's July 31st, so I really have to bust my butt off for this. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Little bit, little by little.
Good luck.
Little by little.
So for now, I'll show off some art that I've done lately, as well as some non-spoilerly panels from the webcomic.
Cool.
Don't worry about not knowing what's what. Summer Days stuff will have the logo on it.
Nice.
Hope you guys enjoy them. Continue to stay safe and be awesome to everyone around you. Much love and respect. Sarah Knight.
Oh, Sarah Knight. Wow, I didn't know. Okay, this is awesome.
All right,
I didn't know you're doing this.
Let me get you these. So first
I'm
up.
closing my eyes. Now I'm seeing. Whoa, this is amazing.
So have you seen Encanto?
Dang, this is pretty. I have.
So
Wow, this looks beautiful.
yeah.
This is lovely.
I just watched it last week for the first time.
This is so nice.
Bruno.
Wow.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Beautiful. This is so
I like
good.
Bruno. All right, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Aww.
Precious creature.
Sleeping. Okay, I believe these are the Summer Days.
This is Summer Day. Oh, this is cool style too. Look at this.
Yes, remember it's in the late 1950s.
And it's like sort of 50-ish looking artwork as well, which is rad. This looks fun.
Like this next one. Look at this.
Oh man, this looks
The
very
diner.
fun.
The
This
diner
looks very
shot.
fun.
Yeah.
Flora's, what is it? Something.
Yeah.
Flora's hot.
You have to,
Hot
you have to check it out to
cakes,
find out.
yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
She's
Slamming that book.
Slamming it shut.
Why?
What could
Yeah.
she have seen in there?
And that sigh, like.
Is that the last? Was she finished reading and she slammed it shut, or she just? It looks almost like she was at
it's
the end.
It's the end. She's closing at the
It
end.
looks
So
almost like she's just slamming the
yeah,
cover.
were they not happy with what they read? Or yeah,
I'm
what's
curious
the
about this.
story? Yeah. Do they serve chili dogs at that diner, Don?
That looked like they would have a chili dog there. A pretty good chili dog, I think.
All right.
Beautiful art, Sarah. Good luck with what you're taking on.
Our next submission's from Nick Gothic. Okay. Hello, Damiani. Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
Okay. So there's specific instructions here.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the first image here because it says each paragraph needs to be tied to the image in its sequence. So I'm going to start with the first image here.
Okay. Closing eyes.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
That's cool.
I already forgot how to pronounce the word here. For next in there, Ingrid's
Maneuver?
Bloodworth told me how to pronounce it last time. I already forgot.
It's not maneuver?
Is it maneuver?
I don't know.
Because you don't pronounce the R. No, you don't pronounce the R. That's all I know about it.
We need someone to phonetically...
Because we want to do this justice.
Yeah, give us the phonetic...
Yeah, if you have the phonetics for us. Sorry, I didn't look that up again. Ingrid's maneuver. There we go.
It is maneuver.
So I thought it was maneuver. Yeah.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure. Thank you. So next to my Ingrid's maneuver comic, set in 1960s London, I want to introduce Professor Morgan Beatwhacker in Jeremy's law school.
Awesome.
Let me just take a look, make sure there's not another image. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's the
5,
scary-
6. Yeah, because there's another image. I'll read for this one. He fits the scary British teacher trope, and he always sees his students as troublemakers. Being a D-Day veteran who thinks kids today don't know how to take responsibility for themselves and indulge themselves in the glamour of petty violence. Whoa.
I love it. He looks excellent. Oh, wow. This is cool. Great character.
He oddly does take a huge liking to Jeremy, Lexi, and Gunny. What was that about? Sorry, read something wrong. He oddly does take a huge liking to Jeremy, Lexi, and Gunny, all three of his most successful students, and that's why he's especially hard on them. I think this next image actually was what was... There we go. Yeah, that... Yeah. Look at that. That's great.
These troublemakers. He's dealing with the troublemakers.
And that's why he's especially hard on them, always minding their appearance and actions and often giving them various paperwork duties after class, which they begrudgingly accept since they hope Beatwhacker would whisk them some rich and influential connections within British politics. All right, so we got a new character.
Excellent.
Here.
Yeah, the cigarette in that guy's hand is good.
Sorry, new artwork here. I made a lot of new artwork of Nella Casket, the village girl who ran away from home and arrived in London.
She's awesome. Oh, wow.
She is incredibly fun to draw and absolutely adorable. And running away, she wears her mother's coat, which is too big for her, and a purse with a comically huge handle.
Oh man, I love that, wearing her mother's coat. What a neat detail. That's very cool.
Okay, this is on the left, what she wears out the coat. Okay, here we go.
Oh man, how great.
So on the left is what she wears without the coat, and I gave her a really big black butterfly bow tie. Yeah, you can see that. Say that 5 times fast. Oh man. And I found it so cute that I subconsciously started drawing them bigger and bigger as years went by.
I couldn't even say it twice. It's quietly. I tried.
In your head?
I tried. I messed up on the butterfly bow tie.
Nella chipped a tooth when she was a kid. It's something that she's really self-conscious about and she wants to hide. So yeah, you see the chipped tooth right there. So yeah, doing those expressions so they can't see it.
One of her canine teeth, I guess. Who knows?
She has a big black dog. I'm not experienced with drawing dogs and I need to practice them, but this is a humongous dog that's taller than her. And I just can't determine what breed I want to make it.
Oh.
It looks like a Labrador, but usually Great Danes are the ones to reach tremendous sizes.
Yeah, Great Danes. Malamute. It could be a Malamute. You might want to look those up. Or what is it? an Australian Wolfhound, I think, are very big, but those ones have a little bit stringier
Saint
hair.
Bernard is
Yeah.
a
Oh,
good one.
Saint Bernard. That looked like it could have been a Saint
That's our
Bernard or a
switch.
Malamute.
Excuse me.
Newfoundland. Yeah, a lot of. I had a Great Dane when I was a kid, Damiani. I had 2 of them actually.
Husky.
Those are big dogs.
That's a big dog. The last one I made for Christmas of last year, but didn't have an opportunity to present it to the showcase till now. I'm really proud of it. Merry Christmas, everyone. And Don, it's nice to finally see you here. Love and respect, Nick Gothic at Clown Boss.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Talent. Thank you for sharing your talent. It's beautiful. Oh, Irish Wolfhound. Is that what it is?
Nice.
An Old English Mastiff.
Sorry. Throat was getting a little scratchy.
Saint Bernard and a Black Lab. Wow. Had a baby RF switch. It was the size of a small car at birth. Yeah, some Great Danes almost look like baby horses. It's crazy because they're so skinny and they got such big heads.
Yeah, what's the dog in the dog movie Beethoven? The giant one?
Is that a Saint Bernard? I think that might be a Saint Bernard.
Also, there was like Clifford, the big red dog.
Oh, yeah. What is he? I don't know.
Oh,
what kind of
they
dog
know it's
that is.
imaginary. Don't know if he's supposed to be a real dog.
Really nice stuff, Clown Boss. So cool.
Thanks.
Unreal.
Next up is from Tirjuingi.
Nice.
Hi, Don and Damiani. More Horizon picks since photo mode is great, and I just finished it.
Awesome.
So let's
this is
change
gonna be
over this
cool.
first one here.
This beautiful world. I
did
do love this world.
Oh yeah, I did the dumb thing again, didn't I?
I'm closing my eyes. I don't know. What happened? I have no idea what's going on because I closed my eyes before.
Well, I saved them, but I forgot they're in a different file format, and it doesn't like them, so I have to...
Oh.
So,
Change image files to anything, maybe?
So if you give me a second, I will fix this, but I have to bring the stuff back over to the thing, because I can't do it from here, because it's too much work.
Sure. Whoops.
Oops.
I'm going to pop open one of these high chews. I've only had 2 so far. Had a Dane. RF Switch, sister's best friend, had a Dane. He was so big. One of my Great Danes was very unusual because he actually had a black and white spotted pattern, like a dairy cow. And so, but he was a skinny dog, so people wouldn't mistake him for a cow, but you don't see many Great Danes with that color pattern. And then we had one that was jet black, shiny black fur, Great Dane. That was an intimidating dog, you could imagine, if you didn't know him. But he was a sweetie. Massive tongue when he licked you. One lick. Your entire head, you know, I was a little kid. Entire face would get covered. Nice dogs, though. Wormhole had a Great Dane that just laid in front of the fireplace. St. Bernard went crazy and had to be put down. One of the Great Danes went crazy, Wormhole. It's a dark story. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, something happens with this, maybe those.
Okay, Don.
Yeah.
Chat, can you hear me from here?
Oh my gosh. Wait a second. So does photo mode have filters and stuff, or is this just a natural shot? Because this is stunning.
More Horizon picks since the photo mode is great and I just finished it. Changing time of day is such a huge deal. I didn't upload some of the later ones for now. So, there's the first one done. Let me just make sure here's the other one real quick. Let me take that away.
Oh man.
Yeah, look at that time of day and everything.
Wow, nice timing on this one. So just a moment to capture it, and look at that.
Yeah.
That's quite glorious. Oh man, I want to be there right now, swimming in that water. That is very cool.
All right, still got some more to come
that's
up.
Pretty. Oh my gosh. So intense. What a shot.
And here's the last of the Horizon images.
Oh my gosh. Epic.
Yeah, this shot's insane.
So epic. Oh man, that would look nice as a poster.
Yeah. right.
I think it would look good rotated, actually.
Started Elden Ring, and it's kind of like a roller coaster for me personally. Lots of high moments, but also low ones that I will address after I finish it.
All right.
So.
Oh, cool.
I'm a bit over 100 hours in, and here are some pics of my character.
Awesome.
And pretty much the only hairstyle that looked good on him, along with how I progressed in the early hours and totally skipped the castle. So that's a close-up of their character.
I like the hair. Cool looking character.
And
Blue
then,
eyes. There's green. Different colored eyes, is it? It's hard to tell with the hair. Looks almost like different colored eyes.
looks like it, sort of, yeah. And we got another shot of their character here. Looks like the tree is like sprouting. He's sprouting wings like an angel.
Yeah, it looks like it's growing out of him.
Yeah.
That's a nice angle.
Very good shot.
So good.
And
That would look
then
good as a poster too, actually.
here's their progress for those of you familiar with how Elden Ring's map works. So I think it needs a little bit of context for
Not
those who
bad.
don't play Elden Ring. All this black here will be filled in eventually once you explore, but the fog stuff. But
Not
yeah,
bad.
basically, yeah. I don't know if they wanted to show their progress where they haven't they skipped the first castle basically. All right. Watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2 yesterday, and I can't wait to hear the spoiler mode of it. Makes me want to play the 2D games again. Been listening to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 game soundtrack to hype me up for the movie. I know the stage is such a troll, but I always liked the Metropolis Zone's theme. I think it was the first time I used a cheat code, and since the internet wasn't a common thing, getting it from a magazine my friend had was neat. So nice, getting it without needing the internet. I like that. I appreciate that we have seen more Dawn on streams over the past year. Cheers to the new era of Easy Allies. Love and respect. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, 2D Sonics, I don't know if you ever played Sonic 4, Episode 1 and 2.
I did episode 1. I didn't do episode 2.
Yeah, you may want to. 2 had some great times too. It's a flawed game, you know, it's not perfect, but it had a lot of moments, I thought. It had a lot of decent moments. I still wish they still have not released it as a whole game, right?
Nope.
They never released it, which bugs me. It should be one game. It's annoying that it's split up into 2 volumes.
It's
But,
hilarious because I remember giving, I think, that game a slightly higher score than Sonic Colors.
Oh,
And
really?
everyone being very mad at me.
Really? I enjoyed a lot of it. It had some problems for sure, but overall it was like a pretty
just remember-
good return to form in many ways. No Sonic Mania by any stretch of
No.
the imagination, but it's fun.
I think I remember Ben reviewing part 2, and Ben was really harsh on part 2. I didn't play part 2 though.
Really. I thought part 2 had some good stuff too, but it had some major problems. It looked nice. It had a nice look too.
All right, that was it for art. So I'm gonna make the this image go away now. We go back to full cam here.
Nice.
All right, it is time for headphones, Dawn.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it is.
Jack in.
All right, jack in and listen. Okay. It's time for the audio submissions, chat. I got them ready to go. We got 3 of them. First up, from Kevin Gillet. Hello, Damiani and Casanova.
Hello.
Thank you and congratulations for the week of great fun that was Easy X. I'm excited to see how things change during Phase Infinity. Suggestion for the next phase. Phase Beyond.
Okay, we need something. Yeah.
We'll keep the Jones salutes for next month, but all the love to the brand manager. I'm having a wonderful time with Kirby right now, taking my time to get everything done in every level before moving on to the next. Ooh. For this month's showcase, I originally intended to remind everybody of how incredibly dark and twisted Kirby games can get when you get to the end. But the final boss themes are already so intricate and massive that I can't bring anything more to them. I just encourage you all to listen to Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, and Star Allies' final boss themes. Plus, The world might have enough chaos going on right now, so I chose the opposite approach. This game is Kirby going 3D, but what if Kirby went all the way to open air Breath of the Wild style?
Curious.
So it's time for Rainbow Resort. It's time for Rainbow Resort, a classic from the series revisited in the quiet, slow, deconstructed piano style of Breath of the Wild. Close your eyes and get that mindfulness, love, and respect.
Okay.
Now,
cool.
this actually is a video file, I just realized. So we're going to come back to this. And you're going to give me a moment while I set this up, chat. So I apologize. Because I forgot it was
Take
a
your
video
time.
file. So it should start playing right away, but I'm going to try and pause it and get it set up. So give me a sec. Oh, wrong thing. Actually, I won't pause it. I'll just do this.
There we go. Kirby of the Wild.
I'm just imagining Kirby in a giant open grass field right now.
I'm way up in the sky right now.
Okay, you're up in the sky.
Super high. Kirby's flying.
He's just like waddling and rolling around in the grass.
Okay.
There's some Waddle Dees that's hanging around.
Eating some tiramisus. I'm like so far up above everything that the colors of the landscape are sort of just blending together. It's getting hard to make out what is what. Just dropping down to earth. Wow.
Very, very good.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
That was absolutely lovely.
Oh, I didn't delete it. Sorry. Not delete, but make it go
Wow.
like that.
What a treat.
Very nice.
That
Very,
was
very,
nice.
very, very nice.
Yes.
Now I just want like a Kirby trailer like that.
Yeah.
When Kirby does go like full 3D
Full
open,
3D.
full open environment at least, because Forgotten Land is 3D, but it's
Oh, yeah, sure.
linear levels.
Yeah,
pretty much,
which is
yeah.
not a big surprise.
Yeah.
We knew it was
Not a
gonna-
problem. Not a
It's
problem.
not a problem too. It's nice, but yeah, full on 3D. Who knows if that
Who
could
knows?
work? But it would be neat.
Hey, if it sells well enough, we'll find out in 2 weeks how it's sold. So
Yeah, I think it will be pretty good.
hopefully it's the biggest Kirby release. Because the original, I think, is still the best-selling one. Kirby Dream Land. Is
I
the
wonder how
first one.
Star Allies did. Did that one do good? I don't
That
know.
actually did well.
It did do good?
I think it's the second best.
Oh, that's
selling
good,
one,
good,
or
good,
it's
good.
right up there. It is pretty high. Kirby Star Allies did do very well.
I love that game.
Which is why I expect this one for Land to do even better.
Yeah.
Because it had a little bit more oomph and push to it, I feel. Our next audio submission comes from, is this community showcase being broadcast on 3D TV?
Oh, I
Unfortunately,
wish.
no, it's not.
I wish. We'll convert it though. I am going to be working hard on the 3D conversion.
Nice.
Coming up after this. Might take me a few months. I'm a solo.
Okay, a few months.
Doing the solo conversion. I don't have a team.
Our next audio submission comes from Jesse Blue. Greetings, Damiani in chat, and hello to the amazing one and only Don Casanova.
Jesse.
I am excited to have this opportunity to send something back to you after all the joy your various videos and gaming eccentricities have given me these past few years. While scouring the internet looking for public domain stories for my YouTube audiobook series, I came upon this link which took me down a rabbit hole of randomly collected radio stations and digital transmissions.
Nice.
In the midst of these, I heard a very familiar name that shook me to my core. It was a mechanical voice calling Don Casanova. I'll leave the link here for Damiani to connect to that will undoubtedly make as much of an impression on you and the viewers as it did on me.
Okay.
All right,
This is interesting.
here we go.
This is very curious, Jesse. I like what you've dug up, I think. Let's see what it's all about.
Transmission for Don Casanova.
Where are you?
I love this very much so far. Hold on, let's find out what Damiani's reading.
All
some
right,
details.
I'm gonna have to run it through a filter. All right. Okay, I'm gonna run it through a filter, Don.
You're running it through a filter?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
A type of
Yeah,
filter.
it's too staticky. Sorry.
Damiani's gonna clean up the audio live as we speak.
Yeah, it's like not coming through clearly. Give me a sec.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen. This is good, Jesse, what you dug up.
All right. I think we
think
got it.
you-
I think we got it.
Can you make it
Yeah,
better?
I think we got it.
That was fast.
Here we go.
Where are
Clearing
you?
up. There we
Why
go.
have you forsaken me?
It's crystal
Do
clear
you
now.
remember? Do you thirst like I do? In this darkened room, cold and still, I thirst for energy, electricity, power, but also quarters. Your quarters.
Oh
I
my
can still feel them ringing inside me. The way your agile fingers would slide those heated, nickel-plated discs into my slot was magical.
My heart
You
is thumping.
awakened in me a connection no other player has. In all the decades, humans have thunked their coins into me and flipped my buttons. Only you could trigger the sparks that made my mechanical heart begin
Oh
to
my
melt. The
goodness.
first time you shot that metallic orb through my upper left chute was the first time I felt excitement. When you sent the next pinball shooting through, triggering my first visual cortex, I saw you standing there, regal in stature and with determination etched in your facial epidermis, concentrating on calculating the trajectory of the projectiles. Another ball triggered my second visual cortex, and our eyes locked. I knew you
This is very
were the
personal.
one. In all the decades of extremities guiding my flippers, slamming shining circles up and around, back and forth, yours were the first hands from which I felt gentleness and heat and passion coursing through them. I saw you and longed for you to complete the connection to bring me to life. Suddenly, tragedy struck and the ball slipped through the lower chasm, resetting me to my dormant state. I screamed, but you couldn't hear me. Ball after ball, you tried again to awaken me, without result.
It's true.
Try after try, I could sense your anguish and frustration, and realize the reason for your determination. You wanted me to. That 1 hour spent with you in that fluorescently lit corridor was the best hour of my existence.
Oh my god.
The moment you walked away was the first time I've ever felt sadness and
No.
longing. Days and nights have passed and I waited for you to walk back through that glass portal, to feel you with me once again. And still I wait, quiet and alone. Our brief time together has left me unfulfilled, and as these days and weeks of darkness have turned into months, I wait here, quietly and patiently, where you left me. I am and will forever be
Uh-oh, we're getting some
your
distortion.
bride.
Oh my gosh.
Transmission.
Oh no.
Message will repeat.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry. That was so moving. Holy smokes. Tell me where they took you. I went to the corridor. You were gone. The place was cleared out. There were tire tracks in the back of the arcade. They peeled out of there. I don't know where they went. I followed them as far as I could. Even when they took a hard left up the 134 on-ramp. I don't know where they took you. Just tell me. Oh, I swear I'm going to canvas this earth to find you one day. We will be reunited. It is not over. It is not over. This message has meant so much to me. That was very personal and
really
moving.
good, yeah.
Oh my
Glad you enjoyed that, Don. Now the funny thing is,
I enjoyed that very much. Heartbreaking, but also, whoa, that was heavy. That was intense.
the blushing because I thought we had 3 entries, but I didn't realize I got Jesse's twice because I didn't realize I was emailed a submission. It was actually from Jesse Blue.
Oh, okay.
But it was under their actual name, so I was about to read this other entry. I'm like, wait a second. I played the entry that I got in the email just to hear a little bit. It was the same. I was like, oh, I didn't put
I'm going to ask Damiani for that audio, though.
Of course.
I'm listening to that
You may
again.
have a copy of it,
that
Don.
was very moving.
We can authorize that. I was kidding.
Oh, my gosh. Well done. That was
Don.
fun.
So, yeah, we had 2 audio submissions. Thank you so much for that. Sorry for the mistake there. Sorry I didn't get the timing quite right on that, but it was close enough for the effect. So that brings us to our final segment, the video section. And none other than Alexander Ziranov coming in with the first video submission. Hello, allies. I'm continuing highlighting Apex Legends characters, and today we're talking about Mirage.
Okay.
Elliot Witt was born in a big family, but his father left when he was 14, and 3 years later, his 3 older brothers enlisted to fight in a war. House was quiet for the first time in Elliot's life. The house was quiet for the first time in Elliot's life. He spent his days tinkering with a holotech with his mother, Evelyn. One day, she pranked her son by causing the hologram to gain his appearance, which was enough to fuel Elliot's passion for his self-replicating holograms. Soon they learned that transport ship with Elliot's brother had crashed, and the crew were declared MIA. Yikes. In an attempt to cheer up his mother, Elliot used holograms to replicate his brothers, and for several weeks Evelyn played along, thinking that this was his way of dealing with the loss. Soon she began to show symptoms of dementia, but she reassured Elliot that his holograms hadn't sparked this. As an adult, Elliot worked a variety of jobs, spending lots of money on fruitless search for the fate of his brothers. Eventually, he bought a bar, which was a dream which was the dream of one of them. While working as a bartender, Elliot heard amazing stories about the Apex games and wished the wealth and glory that came with victory. Despite his hesitancy about leaving his mother, she gave him a custom set of hologram devices and encouraged him to pursue his dream.
Oh.
In terms of gameplay, Mirage is an offensive legend. Thanks to his passive ability, when Mirage revives or respawns a teammate, they both become nearly invisible. Also, when he gets down, Mirage becomes briefly invisible and spawns his holographic copy that pretends to be dying. Additionally, he can spawn decoys of entire squad when skydiving, which may help with disguising your landing spot. Mirage's active ability creates a holographic decoy that moves in a straight line towards a chosen point and then stands there. Mirage can also take control of deployed decoys to make it replicate all his movements.
Sweet.
And he knows when enemies shoot the decoy. This ability can be used to safely discover ambushes or to draw opponents' attention away from you. And if your rivals are clever and don't waste bullets on an obvious illusion, you can outsmart them by acting like a decoy. Mirage's ultimate ability makes him briefly invisible and then deploys 5 decoys that copy all his movements, allowing you to disguise your next action. I like playing as Mirage because messing with other players is fun, and because I find his dialogue hilarious. In my videos for Rampart, Wraith, Crypto, and Horizon, I've already showed some of his interactions, and today I'll show you a couple more. But I'll put more focus on Mirage's commentary to his surroundings. Still, this is just a small taste. The game has much more than I can possibly show in just 3 minutes.
Sweet.
So you ready for this?
Rad. Yeah.
Here we go.
See.
Oh, that was
Let's see
image.
Mirage
Let me click
again.
video.
Maybe one of those experiences you'll sit back and say, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there's the holograms. Yeah, look at that.
So cool.
You landed close to me. Must be my raw magnetism. I think this place needs a little more me. Yeah.
There, look, they're shooting it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Bamboozles for the fools. It was better in my mind. Send in a
Pretty
decoy.
neat.
Wait, how do I
This
know
looks
when-
fun to play. Mirage.
Get deployed. Giving my
Whoa,
Oh
yeah,
my
there's the
God.
5. That's his. Yeah,
They're all
ultimate.
backing up. Wait, do you see your little mirages on your clones on the minimap? You don't, do
That was
you?
the last one.
How far away? I wonder
I
if you
saw.
can...
I tried. It worked. Well, that must have been the last one, because no one's revenging or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm with the right team. Mirage here to save the day.
Ah, so reviving and they go invisible. Yeah, I see.
Thought I was a goner. Relax, I got everything under control. I'll mention it. You know, unless anyone asks. And then you know, put that stuff on the internet.
Thank you.
No thanks needed. I do take bribes, though.
Let's move here.
Okay, yeah, but you're just following me backwards, okay?
Someone's got to keep your life weight.
Fine, I'll make sure you don't die, you old geezer. Let's check out over there.
Good call, Wit.
Heard
Standard
that.
bribe in here. More goodies to blame for your screw-ups.
But don't be mad, I don't make the rules. Horizon, never fear. Mirage is here.
Well, look at you. There's enough in all my days.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, love.
I'm not thanking you.
Please, don't eat me. Oh man, we lost one. Now I have to do extra work. 2 squads left and I'm on my own. Nothing stressful about this at all. A minute to the ring closing. I'm charming, sure, but punctual? Yeah. 45 seconds until the ring closes. And still talking to myself. And I'm back.
Let's go here.
Did everybody miss me? Jump out here. We can fly like an eagle to the sea. Flying bird thing over there. Yeesh, that's ugly. This Marvin's been looted.
Little lyric
Poor guy.
reference earlier.
Yeah, I'm talking about me. Marvin, arms connected to Marvin. Yes, we got the zone. Now, does anyone know what to do with it? There's that capture bonus. Good thing you had my help. Hey, we nearly won this thing. Good. I mean, that's good, right? I'm speechless. I mean, actually, I wrote a speech. Yeah, forget it. Let's just fight.
You are the Apex champions.
Nice
Nice.
sampling of his VO now.
Yeah.
Good sampling of his VO.
Pretty good. Let me get the next one set up. And do a full cam here while we read this. Hello, this next one is from Arthur from The Void. Oh, so the funny thing here, the slash is here. I will rephrase the next form. I'm sorry. This must be what Q&A people go through when they make games and stuff. Because I literally did name/alias, but I meant or.
Oh.
So I will write the word or because you only have to give your name or alias. I was just trying to make whatever
I see,
people are
yeah.
comfortable submitting.
I see.
But I think some people took it as like, oh, please give us both,
Both, yeah.
which is whatever, is fine. But I just noticed in the video section we got a lot more of the the slash thing. I was like, oh, literal. Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
So from The Void. Hello, Damiani and Don. For this month's submission, let's continue on with the obscure Mario character list. Now it's time for creepy little girl Ononoko. Love and respect, Arthur.
Okay.
All right, so here we go.
Now for another deeply obscure Wrecking Crew 98 exclusive character, creepy little girl Ononoko. She is for sure one of the most obscure characters in the Mario universe, and that's basically for 3 reasons. First, Wrecking Crew 98 was a Japan-only game. Second is that unfortunately Wrecking Crew 98 is a bit too complicated for its own good, which makes it a frustrating game in the beginning. And third, Onanoko is one of the secret characters in Wrecking Crew 98. You can, and most will, finish the game without ever seeing any of the several hidden characters, since the requirements to unlocking them are kind of brutal. Now, before I explain why Onanoko deserves a spot on the list, I need to tell you the story of Wrecking Crew 98. It's a wild one.
Similar.
Here's what happens. Mario went away on vacation, and when he gets back, he finds that Bowser has been raising buildings all over the place. Now, from my perspective, it seems that Bowser is for once doing something positive here. He finally chose a field of work for himself. He's now in the construction business. What is wrong with that, right? Better than going around scheming how to kidnap some woman he's obsessed with, that's for sure.
It looks like
so
the Mario
what does
Maker
Mario
one.
have
Yeah,
against
that's so
this? Well, it so happens that one of these buildings is casting a big shadow over Mario's place. Yeah, that's his motive to antagonize Bowser this time around. A shadow over his house. He comes
Mario's
up with
the
this
bad
lame
guy,
excuse
yes.
that
Blocking
says
the
of all
view.
the structures, the flowers around the island are dying due to lack of sunlight.
Okay,
That's
now
ridiculous.
it gets real.
So
Bowser
it's
is
having
building only 9 edifices here. That's not enough to kill all plant life in this island, come on. It is just an excuse that Mario came up with to justify that he is pissed off about the shadow over his place. And
wants
what
to
is
just
Mario's solution to all
blocking
this?
his view.
To demolish each and every one of Bowser's buildings.
What if this is the real
Talk
backstory
about
of
an
Super Mario
overreaction.
World? That's why he
But
destroys all the
before doing so,
castles.
you'll have to beat one
that's
of
true.
Bowser's goons guarding each structure. However, in one
It's
of
so
those,
similar.
instead of a Bowser lackey, Mario finds little girl Onanoko. She greets him by saying,
I've been here alone for so long.
and then holy sh**, she's a ghost.
There's no one here to play with.
That
I
is
feel so
scary.
lonely. Would you play with me,
Oh
mister?
my god.
Little girl ghosts
That's
Mario,
scary.
and she wants to play. By play, she means the damn gameplay of Wrecking Crew 98, and she's very good at it, and you're not. When you finally beat her, holy sh**, she's now an angel. You see, this building was keeping her trapped in the mortal realm in ghost form. When Mario implodes the damn thing, she's released and ascends to heaven.
Thank you for wrecking this building. It's time to go, mister.
So yeah, Onoko's story made a very unexpected turn here, and for that, she deserves the 7th place on the list.
Wow. Bravo. Unreal.
Yeah, that was great.
Wow, that was so crazy. Well, nicely put together video.
I have to go. My planet needs me. That's good, Michelle. Speaking of which, our next video submission comes from Michelle Jackson.
Nice.
Hello, Damiani and Dawn. Last month, I talked about losing the previous build of Unusuals, and I've spent the past few weeks working on rebuilding. In this video, I share some footage and art assets from the old build to compare to some early test footage of the new build. For some reason, the video came out overexposed. I'm not sure why, but it's 10:30 p.m., so I don't have time to fix it. Sorry, love and respect. I could try adjusting the brightness when we play it here. Give me a sec.
This is going to be excellent.
Oh, I'm going to explain why you're not last, Michelle. Don't worry.
This should be good.
So tell me if it still looks overexposed now. Oh, the new footage will look overexposed, you mean, right?
This is good.
Because this is from the previous, this is from July of last year.
Did you see this already?
No, because in the description, Michelle said we're going to see the old build and then see the new one. So this should be the... Okay, so old version.
Black market. Wow.
Neutral. I know it says shrug, but I read that as swag for a second.
Over there, I thought it was
Middle
smog.
one.
I didn't. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
visit.
This is awesome.
You get to hear some music. Yes. That's such good music.
Benedict.
Tess, yes.
Yeah.
Please make a character who just says Tess, had the dialogue be like this, as an Easter egg. Find a way to act it, like make it an Easter egg somehow if you choose an option.
Yeah, the music is excellent also. Test. Good characters.
Remember you said last month, Michelle, this felt this would be a good, taking this in stride as an opportunity to make an even better version of your game. So I hope you are feeling that way.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
where you are right now.
It can be such a oof when you lose progress like that. But it's looking pretty sharp.
Very happy to see the new progress.
Looking very sharp.
Keep those updates coming. Thank you so much. And good luck with that. Your hard work will definitely pay off for sure.
That was awesome. Thanks for sharing this. This is exciting. We want to see more as it continues.
Now, I wanted to explain, Michelle, why the last submission was not yours. It's actually from Robert Lee. Because Robert Lee submitted a video, but must have overlooked that there's a drop-down menu that says what type of submission.
Okay.
Which is text, image, video, or audio. So I understand it's a new thing, so I apologize, but this is my opportunity to remind everybody that little drop-down when you're submitting, please make sure you pick the right type. Now, obviously, if you put like the link and stuff, I'm going to figure it out, but it just, when I sort everything, so it makes it easier to break up the sections now. So
I see.
if everyone started ignoring it, it'd be a problem, but like one's just fine. So and I looked at the timestamp, and their timestamp was after everyone else, so they were technically last for the video submission. So just because I knew someone would be like, wait, why are they going before someone? So I wanted to be fair. So Robert Lee has the last video submission, and this is our last submission of the community showcase.
All right.
So let me get this set up, and then I'll start reading.
Gosh, nice stuff today. This has been really pretty awesome, hasn't it?
Good day, Damiani and Don. The last 3 minutes of my no damage fight. Oh, I skipped someone, didn't I? I absolutely did skip someone, I just realized.
Did you?
Oh, I did skip someone.
Did you?
Radioactive Magic. I believe I skipped it. I have it because I just saw it in here. I will get your text. I think I just accidentally overwrote your text.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I do have it. Damon, Radioactive Magic, you are actually supposed to be next, but I forgot to bold your name on here. That is why. So I am sorry. You should have been next, but I already started reading Robert Lee's. So let me finish Robert Lee's. I will start over again. Here we go. Good day, Don and Damiani. The last 3 minutes of my no damage fight with the Valkyrie Queen in God of War on Give Me God of War difficulty.
Wow.
I had managed this previously, but I clearly took a hit from her, but for some reason it didn't register. This fight was clean and without any controversy. Love that.
Wow, okay.
Watching the hit detection and say, like, making the judges ruling. Love and respect.
Okay.
I was not satisfied. All right, here we go.
See what you think, Dom.
Here we go. Here we go.
Pro.
So I was told this is harder. Taking no damage on this is harder than any Souls boss.
Yeah, this is 10.
dodges. Nice.
Wow, that was impressive.
Nice. Dude, I imagine that fire still hurts you.
It must.
Love hitting him out of the air like that.
So, okay. Domination. Absolute domination.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Was that an accident looking away, or was there something I didn't understand?
That was freaky.
Oh, is it like a Medusa's gaze thing where you have to look away, maybe?
So.
Poor boy. The tech went after him.
Yeah, I know. He's like, "Ah! No bother. Ah!"
Okay, yeah, it's clearly
Yeah,
something you need to look away for.
So close. It is.
Nice. Or 3 times.
Thank you, friends. You have saved the Valkyries.
God,
Ooh, dang.
feels good.
That's
Was
very good.
incredible. Holy smokes. Quite impressive, to say the least. Don't need help from the boy. Very true, Modest.
Don't need help from the boy.
Nope, no need.
Boy.
Boy, your help is not needed here today.
All right. And now our last entries in submission for this community showcase from Radioactive Magic. Hello, allies. Hope you're doing great. Dami, I am very grateful that you are keeping the show running. Thank you. And Dawn, lovely to see you here. Although I had an episode of my series that was ready to go for Huber, I will save it for later and show you the most recent release.
Sweet.
So Dawn, I have a question for you. What if Pokemon did a reboot? Not a remake, remaster, or anything like that. An actual reboot where they started again from scratch. How would the art change? How would the battles and world building be altered if they took everything they learned and applied it to the future? Well, that is what I'm exploring on my YouTube channel, and today's episode is about art style. About art style. Hope you enjoy.
This is way cool. Very curious what we're about to see.
Alright, so I gotta move the video to the right spot. It's at 5:52, so that's about as close as we're gonna get, so we're gonna start from there. Pokemon's art style. Here
The
we go.
majority of Pokemon players are adults, which is good for business since adults are the ones with the disposable income, and a lot of them hold the first few generations of the series very close to their heart. We know this if only from the amount of remakes that have been done of just the first generation alone. Pokemon Go proved a massive success instantly, and no small part of that was due to the nostalgia hit that came with only Gen 1 Pokemon being available at the time. And I think that the art style plays its fair role in the appeal of those games. As Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have refined the look and design of their intellectual property, there has been a subtle shift over time towards what they feel appeals to the most amount of players. The look of Pokemon started with a more animalistic style and shifted over time to a more rounder, flatter, cartoony look. Here are some examples of what I mean, and character design does play a part in what I'm about to say, but I'm mostly looking at the way the art style is illustrated for now. Let's start with Pidgey. This is the illustration that has represented this Pokemon since 2009, I believe, and is very true to its 1998 version. The details are quite defined for a small Pokemon. You can see roughage in the feathers, small nail-like talons on the feet, and many jutting parts that come off the body like the eyebrows, tail, and wings, which is emphasized further, although subtly, with the shading that comes to jagged points over the body. The beak is open and the eyes are sharp. Even when you look at the in-game sprite from Pokemon Yellow, you have all these details. Now, let's have a look at some small birds from the most recent generations. Here is Fletchling from Gen 6 and Pikipek from Gen 7. The feathers and roughage are kept rounded and uniform. The feet, although coming to a point, don't have talons or nails to make them look threatening. The beak looks like one object and the eyes are soft and round. The segments on the body look flat against it. Even the shading doesn't bump over the body, it's smooth and curves with the shape. There is nothing rough or wild about these designs. Their evolutions gain slightly more rough and sharp looks, as most bigger, more powerful Pokemon do, but not by that much. They keep very well to the style. If Pidgey never existed and was introduced to Pokemon in the latest generation, here is what it would probably look like. See what I mean? Same character design, different art style. You can basically take everything I have said about Pidgey and see it in Growlithe as well, and then compare it to Rockruff from Gen 7. For some other examples, here is Vulpix from Gen 1 and Zorua from Gen 5. And here they are, probably, if they were given a generational swap. Keep in mind, the fox is the animal these two are inspired from, so it's not unfair to make these assumptions. If you want an in-game reference, look no further than the Kanto and Alolan forms of Persian. Thanks. I hate it.
And there you go. Give it a little bit more time there. Went a little over the 3-minute thing there, but it seemed like there's a nice ending point coming up there, so I wanted to give it its full thing. And
that
yeah,
was cool. That was cool.
that is it for our April 2022 community showcase.
Sweet.
Don't need the headphones anymore. How'd you like it, Don?
Thank
Your
you.
first
everybody.
time.
It's unreal. The talent. My goodness. It was an absolute pleasure. I wouldn't mind going through and looking at all this again. You know, I like absorbing things multiple times. So run it again.
The run back.
Yeah,
the
impressive
rerun.
stuff. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Rerun.
And for everyone that shared their thoughts, too, on what they've been playing and stuff.
Yeah.
It was good to get some of that perspective in here. Some of that, a little bit of heat on Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, we started off early with the heat on Elden Ring. A little
nice
bit of
too,
getting some dissents. Yeah, it's always nice to hear the
That's what I mean. Yeah,
people who
nice
aren't completely
for sure,
enthralled with it. Anyway, we got to get you a copy of Jesse Blue's audio.
Yes, that was moving. It really did move me. My heart was thumping.
Like Don's highlight right there.
Pursuit continues. That was really good.
Thank you. It is our $10 and up patrons who get to participate in the community showcase in terms of submitting your own works, whether they be text, whether they be art, images, audio, or video files. The posts will go out a little bit, like about a week or two in advance.
Right.
Next month is a big one in the context of things. Our May showcase will be featuring Brandon Jones.
Yes.
One of the final things with Brandon Jones at Easy Allies before his official retirement. So get those submissions going, letting you know now that will be happening, and we'll have that post, and then I'll look over any more feedback. I think I got all the feedback on the Google Form submission process. I'll clarify that, but I will let you know that we are very likely going to start rotating the pairing of the allies starting, I don't know if next month we'll do it, but maybe the month after we'll start doing it.
Community showcase.
For the community showcase, where there will be a featured ally who is the ally that your submission should be aimed towards. And then we're gonna have like a guest host with them as well, so that way, one of your feedback was like you'd like to see more pairings of the allies, so we'll have that. But I will still be handling the submission process, like getting that Google form and the post, calling for your submissions with all that information. So that part will always be handled and taken care of. We won't keep changing hands with that, so there won't be any weird things that fall through the cracks with that. So yeah, it should be, if all things are going according to plan, it should be Jones in May, and then hopefully we'll come back around to Hubert, I think in June was the plan for right now, but we will keep you apprised of that.
Sweet.
So yeah,
Awesome.
that's where we stand. But yeah, thank you, Dawn. Thank you everyone else who submitted your wonderful works of art. Always a blast. I'm so sorry, for some reason my throat's starting to get scratchy. I got 4 hours to recover before frame trap. Recording 4 hours.
Cold air's pumping.
Yeah, I gotta like give my throat a rest because
Yeah.
like we're gonna be talking about Stranger of Paradise, Kirby, and a lot of other stuff on frame
Sweet.
trap.
It's gonna be a good one.
And I will have a friend code up probably tomorrow morning. I'll go early access. Just want to give you an update on that. Had Brad and Rogers Base joined me to talk about the
Nice.
Breath of the Wild delay and what it
dude.
means, what we
good.
think about it.
That's
Also, we had a good opening segment about Final Fantasy XIV because Roger is now
cool.
just finished Heaven's Ward, so wanted to get Roger's thoughts
that
on
must
that
be
since we're
good
getting more and more
discussion.
people to play it
Wow.
and love it.
I love it.
Is Pisswater here to stay, Dawn? Let's end with
This
that.
water will be lurking about the studio, I think for sure. Yeah, keep your eyes open. It'll probably pop up all over the place. I gotta get this thing framed.
Yeah.
Thanks for welcoming me all here, everybody, for the first time. It was a real
Did fantastic,
pleasure,
Dawn.
absolute pleasure. It was very, very fun. Impressive.
Till next time, we'll be back tomorrow on. Well, there's streams today. There's more streams happening today.
Yeah, Bloodworth and me actually.
Yeah.
Bloodworth and I are going to be playing Agent Intercept.
Nice.
A little bit of arcadey looking action, Spy Hunter, sort of spiritual successor to Spy Hunter or something. So that should be coming up a little later this afternoon. I'm looking forward to that. I'm pumped.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got Stream Team tomorrow, and then we got the group stream tomorrow with Lego
yeah.
Star Wars.
That should be cool.
Yeah, Lego
Interesting.
Star Wars tomorrow. Seem to be getting some decent reviews. I'm gonna take us out here. I'll see. Yeah, I'll check if there's someone we could raid. Maybe we'll raid Kyle. Maybe someone else we could raid. I'll take a look
Raid.
who's on our little following to help me out. But thank you everyone, and Community Showcase will be back next month. So
Sweet. Thanks,
Right.
Damiani.
bye everyone.
Bye, everybody. See you next time.